this is where my theory fully breaks up with manifestation culture and blocks their fucking number. Be careful, this might be a long one. There might be 3 parts to this section of whatever we're doing here. Gang, you ever been sitting there and be like, if I believe hard enough, the universe will Venmo me some money? It's not strategy, bro. That's wishful thinking with incense. What I actually did was stop asking myself what I believe and started asking a much more uncomfortable question. What happens if I act like the game is real and watch what responds? Before I tell you my theory, I quickly need to ground the metaphor I'm borrowing from, because people hear quantum and immediately think crystals or Marvel movies. No, normal English first, okay? The quantum metaphor. In basic terms, there's this idea in quantum mechanics called the observer effect. Again, metaphor only. Nobody email NASA. I don't need to be on a watch list. The simplified version goes like this. Before something is measured, it exists in multiple possibilities at once. Once it's observed, those possibilities collapse into the one outcome. Think of it like this. Until you open a loot box, it could be anything. Once you open it, the game locks in the result, and that's what shows up in your inventory. Now here's the part that people have missed. The observer doesn't create the thing, they collapse it. That's the metaphor. Now here's where I diverge. My theory, the reverse observer effect. My theory, just a theory, is that in real life, meaning doesn't collapse before action. It collapses after participation. You don't believe your way into outcomes, you move your way into feedback. So instead of believe, observe, outcome, what I noticed was act, feedback, meaning. And that's what I call the reverse observer effect. My experiment wasn't spiritual at all. It was brutal. Even though that I believe in spiritual shit, the experiment was really real. The breakup with manifestation. I wasn't visualizing a mansion. I was selling my shit. I sold everything. I exited the old feedback loop. I let go of sunk costs. I accepted uncertainty as a mechanic, not a problem. And that part matters. Most people treat uncertainty like an error message. 404 error. I treat it like it was a fog of war. I moved without knowing how it would all end.